Hello everyone, it's Open House Thursday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Afolabi-Brown. Always, I have my co-hosts here with me. Hi ladies.
Hello,
Moriah. In the building.
Yo, good morning.
Still
Yo.
Still in the burnt orange thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't wanted to change my polish all week because I've been so busy and
so you have to just find burnt orange today. So you have to find burnt orange to match your nail polish. Okay.
So I've just said, okay, just stay there. And yesterday I go home about 11.
Oh, cool.
You know, so.
Wow, how do you do this every single day? Matching and making sure that everything matches.
It's not easy.
You're used to it.
I guess. So what I'll do is I just plan ahead.
So what's tomorrow's color?
I'm not on set tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow is my brother's birthday. We start celebrating.
I was showing up, man.
12 midnight tonight.
So what color are you wearing tomorrow?
I don't know.
Burnt orange now because she's not changing her polish. Excellent morning.
Jermaine.
I'm doing very well. I cannot imagine actually how the parents of the 6 Ekpe kidnapped boys are feeling, because somebody walked into my room and picked up my black Jojo Armani wristwatch, and you know, people asking, don't you lock your door and things like that, and I'm like, really, is that really the issue? So I'm just wondering how parents who haven't seen their kids for 2 weeks will feel, you know,
I refuse to imagine.
I think it's about 19 or 20 days now.
You know,
21 days.
It's so crazy. I don't know why. When they catch these ones, then Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Let me not see what's on my mind.
it's death penalty.
Let's move on.
It's death penalty if the kids die. If any of the kids die, we don't pray that they die.
They won't die in Jesus'
We pray that they come back alive to their parents.
Madam, how are you doing?
I'm very well.
You've been up for like 2 days or something.
It's your producer that scheduled me now.
What's up?
Don't worry, there will be more off days to come. Fine. I'm fine.
No more traveling, you are. Forget it.
Really?
They are locking you to Lagos.
Okay. Is this your Evans guy? I couldn't help but think, you know, I mean, how frequent the wife would come to my place of business, you know. Sadly, I think we have created things like this in this country, and it's still sad that our leaders are not even seeing that they are the ones actually, you know,
Well, give
causing
us the
this
story
thing.
now. We want to hear the
You know,
gist
because
of it.
no, she comes
to want to say hello to you. Are you her friend?
No, she's not my friend,
Just
but
check.
she comes to buy things almost on a daily basis. So I keep wondering, like, how do you use your skincare products that you have to replace it almost, you know, all the time and all that? And interestingly, my staff was telling me that the husband came in 2 weeks ago to the store to buy some things. It's just sad, honestly, because now there are 5 children that I'm just wondering what would their future be like, you know.
Yeah.
It's
They
sad.
didn't think about the
really
future of
sad.
their
Some
children
people don't think, but
when they were doing their business. You know, I was saying yesterday that imagine how many people that they've turned to orphans, not because they killed anyone, but because of their dastardly acts. You know, some people will die, you know, out of the trauma. You hold someone for 7 months, they may just never
really
be
sad.
themselves again.
Really sad.
You know, so they weren't thinking of other people's
And guess what?
children.
The
when they were
security
doing
men
their
in
thing.
the plaza, in the estate, for instance, when you go as a normal person, because you're not giving them money, they don't greet you. It's the same nonsense that happens in the country. You see somebody, because the person is doling out money, you accord the person so much respect and all that, because you feel that the person deserves the respect.
We are morally corrupt.
Very, very. We've replaced morals with materials.
I think the woman was using the thing for the kidnapped victims. That's why she was using it every day. Keep them fresh.
Let's take a break.
So sad.
When we come back, we're still going to talk about Evans because he's in the papers today. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We're going to start with The Nation today. Oshimbajo to Igbo leaders condemn divisive remarks. Violence and war are not going to do anyone any good. Wars today hardly end. No one who has seen the face of wars, even on television, will wish it for anyone. We shouldn't tolerate hate speeches for divisive comments. Marketers beg federal government to clear 800 billion naira debt. CCT acquits Saraki of false asset declaration charge. Evans whip in custody, in police custody. And Senate, Adeleke Hussein gets PDP APC tickets.
I wanted to quickly talk about CCT acquitting Saraki. It's not even worth talking about because I knew from the very beginning that this was how this case was going to end. But they're saying that the prosecution has not proven their case and that no sensible court, you know, would sentence him based on the evidence put it
the same thing Saraki said. Now, you know that speech that Saraki said that, listen, you keep doing all these media trials, but your cases are not watertight.
Exactly.
So you're just wasting our times and defaming people for nothing.
I only have one comment. My father had one song, Unknown Soldier, and that song he would say, government magic. Then go da baru everything, government magic. Then we turn the lighting to candle, government magic. What are they go, what are they come, government magic. This is government magic.
All right.
I wanted to even make a statement. Honestly, I refused to read any headline that had to do with this because you know why? First of all, when somebody is accused of something, the decent thing to do was for him to step aside and let the case, you know, go on. You cannot imagine the person in his capacity as Senate president being tried.
The third most powerful person.
Yes, there would
the
definitely
country.
not be things that would happen right.
But the good news is that now that he has gotten what he wants, hopefully the Senate and the executive
can move forward.
and the legislature can now work properly together. There won't be any more issues because this was obviously stalling a lot of
regardless,
issues.
we just can't wait for 2019, honestly. And I hope Nigerians have learned that we are very aware of the goings-on, so we make the right decisions coming.
Moving on to the Punch. I hope so. Presidency kicks as CCT to charges, acquits Saraki. Picture here, scenes from the fire incident at the 27th-story Grenfell Tower in West London. Heavyweight champion Joshua to visit Nigeria in August. Osinbajo meets Southeast leaders, says war starts with words. Melaye, a social deviant, says Kogi governor. Senate demands 2014 confab reports from federal government. Imo bank robbery. Nigeria not worth dying for, say policemen.
Melaye.
Police arraigned 5 for illegal importation of 661 rifles. JAM reschedules UTME for over 62,000 and cancelled over 59,000 results. Reps demand military squad to stop killer headsmen, and oil marketers want federal government to pay $800 billion naira debt.
Our hearts goes out to the victims of the London fire. Really sad. About 30 people confirmed dead as at yesterday.
Really crazy.
Go ahead.
Melaye's story with, what's it called?
The social deviant, says governor.
With his governor.
The Kogi state governor. The Kogi state governor went and visited the acting president at the villa, and he was talking, so they asked him, okay, so how is the state? Everything is going on well. There was something he said about Melaye. He said that, when a child lacked proper parental care and home upbringing, he would constitute social menace to the society. And he added that right now, if you do not check and correct such a child, the child can go into criminality. That what he's asking for the Senate, that they are distinguished members of the Senate, and allowing someone like Melaye be in that Senate, you know, is somewhat disgracing that office. So because there are allegations that the people that are agitating for Melaye's recall, you know, is the governor that is sponsoring those people. And
INEC has said they cannot do that because they have to get a certain number of the electorate to sign. And once they've signed, then they will now call them, this witness, that witness. So until they have that, they're just making noise.
The good news is that Joshua is coming in August, so hopefully we'd like to be there when he comes around.
Our topic 2 days ago, the Nigerian police officers are saying that Nigeria is not worth dying for. That they
yesterday.
Yes. Was I on the show yesterday? No, I was on the show on Tuesday. I remember it was our topic on Tuesday. And they're saying that for regular officers, their salaries are still between 40 to 45,000. Someone says he's an inspector, his salary is 70,000. That they do not have equipment, insurance, and their families are not taken care of.
If anything happens to them, if they die, they kick their families off the barracks.
And it's exactly what we said.
Moving on to Daily Sun. Senate okays action against Arewa youth. Federal government ratifies treaties to curb tax evasion by multinational firms. Seized 661 rifles. FG arraigns customs official. and 4 others. Osun West by-election, Adeleke's brother clinches PDP ticket. Assets declaration, I have been vindicated, says Saraki. And Igbo leaders list their grievances at Aso Rock meeting. So
the 661 rifle that was discovered by the customs, I'm happy, you know, they have identified one of the custom officials that helped them to forge certain documents that they needed to clear those goods. You know, they declared that they had steel doors in the 40-feet container. So one custom official has been arrested, and you know,
we only knew there was an inside job. There's no way you can get that kind of
big transactions like that don't happen without security personnel being, you know, getting involved.
Okay, moving on very quickly.
talk about the Igbos when we move on.
All right. Moving on to Vanguard. Don't panic over quit notices. Osinbajo reassures Na Indigbo, says federal government will tackle issues decisively. Odinkalu, Egu, 71 others ask government to deal with hate agents. Assets declaration, we'll talk about that. YCCT dismiss charges against Saraki. Quit notice. Ethnic groups call for youth confab. Mother of kidnapped Kingpin Evans goes into hiding. Delta's Bayelsa Rivers communities bemoan food crisis. Joy Odama's death, IGP fixes fresh autopsy for today. Senate to FG, forward 2014 confab report to us as bill, and Nigeria's oil exports to rise by 13%. Okay.
So yesterday, the acting president met with Southeast leaders and Governor of Imo State, Rochas Okorochas, when he came out, said, and I quote, the focal point was talking about the unity of this country, which is paramount. Nigeria's unity is non-negotiable. Igbo have expressed dissatisfaction with lopsided appointments, infrastructure deficits, the second Niger bridge. No one supports secession of any form. We support a Nigeria that is indivisible and indissoluble.
And I appreciate the fact that he listed the grievances. So you see, that sounds like a leader that understands the issues, you know, and hopefully this dialogue would yield results.
I have a certain respect for the acting president, because the way he deals with issues, he goes, you know, it's meticulous.
Right.
The Hausas have a problem, he will go there. The Igbos have a problem, he will go there. You know, it's a meticulous, you know, carefully planned and thoroughly. And
he's a lawyer now. He lists the issues one after the other.
I respect him for that.
So we're happy that this is. But
Eva's mom, they said that reporters, you know, different reporters, then villagers, they've been coming to meet the woman. Some are coming to, like, you know, sympathize with her. Some are coming to mock her. Then, you know, that the pressure had been too much on her, because according to one person that claimed anonymity, she said the woman had been crying, you know, helplessly and all that. So she had to go into hiding because so many people have been bombarding the woman. But him, on the other hand, is also crying inside the cell, saying that they imagine that they put him amongst common criminals. And I'm wondering, okay, so what are you supposed to be?
In his statements, he mentioned that he had been arrested earlier this year
with his wife.
He was arraigned in court with his wife, and he got away because of his wealth.
Money, so he did not expect.
So our judicial system,
he did not expect this. But you don't know what he was arrested for. You know?
No, for kidnapping. That's what he said.
Oh, really? I didn't read that part.
I didn't read that
part. The Joy Odama story, I think we should actually treat it as a hot topic, because her story, she went with her mother to this Alhaji Usman's house, and then later on...
Yes, I read that story.
Remember, I sent it to you. Then the Alhaji
said he wanted to be sending her to school.
Yeah, sent for her. Then she went there. The next day, I think the next day, the mother was now calling, or that evening, they said,
they didn't pick the phone.
Anyway, the next day, they now call her, the police call her to come and claim her daughter's
You're right, we need to make it a hot topic, because even the police is involved.
So the police are now saying that autopsy reports is not exactly what they said killed her. They had said that it was a cocaine overdose. But the IGP has moved into the case and ordered another autopsy.
All right, moving on to Daily Times very quickly. Condemn hate, divisive comments. Osinbajo tells Southeast leaders. Senate to agitators, Nigeria's unity not negotiable. Headsmen menace, reps give marching order to IGP and coerce. Appeal court avoids Urubebe's conviction, overrules CCT. Nigeria to sign multilateral tax treaty with G20 and OECD. And that's all we can take on front page review. It's Thursday when we come back. we're talking about this hot gist out there that they said 3 out of 10 Nigerian men are not the biological fathers of their children.
When I said it, you people said I was exaggerating.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
I didn't say so.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So, there has been a virtual war on social media on the need for paternity tests. It all began when a Facebook user, Ben Victor, posted that a reader who has been abroad for a while and just recently returned and is suspicious that his wife may have been unfaithful in his absence, wants to carry out a DNA test on all his children to ascertain their true paternity. However, this post caused a stir on social media as people argued the need for men to carry out DNA tests on all their children. According to statistics of a DNA expert, 3 out of 10 men are not biological fathers of their children. Based on this, we conclude that the highly debated direct report saying that Nigerian wives are the most unfaithful in the world, could it be true? Does this report carry any weight? Anyway, joining us is the comedian Oke Bakase in the building.
We are here today. Hot topic.
Have you done your own DNA?
You can call us on 070-8066-8014. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag your view TVC so we can read your tweets. So,
how many children does he
Yes,
have?
okay, ladies and gentlemen, you can see that I'm right smack in the middle of 4 powerful women. You understand? But I will not be intimidated today. Finally, the searchlight is now beamed on women.
No matter.
You know, here in Nigeria, you people are always saying, these men, they are dogs, so they are unfaithful. No, men, you cannot trust them. Oh. Finally, we now know who is unfaithful.
Okay.
You understand?
well, I think. Okay,
Oh, my sister,
Okay,
God
let's
bless you.
I'll let you talk, but I think this has let women feel sort of we feel in control somewhat because suddenly we're letting you know that you thought we were fools. You thought we are fools, that you are the one trampling on us, but now we're saying all your children.
Yeah, any man who does not recognize that women are more powerful than us is taking a very big risk or gamble. Women are the most powerful people God has made. They are very intelligent, they are very smart.
Yes.
I think the only place where we beat women is kindness. We are very giving.
Of course
we give and we give and we give and
Everything.
we give.
Let me let you establish the story.
You
Very
understand?
well.
Your body will give you
Yeah, we give everything. Belle or anything, we just give. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so how this became
Yes.
a Nigerian issue, I wanted to say a global issue.
Yeah.
So when Ben Victor posted about so he has this Ilaotu group on Facebook. After posting that, somebody who is a member of that group asked that which hospital. Then he now posted again that the person was saying that, why are all of you abusing me? Can't somebody ask for DNA in peace? His third post was now that a woman opened a Facebook account just to insult him, that this one that you are encouraging men to go and do
If
DNA
anything happens
test.
to my marriage.
If anything happens to my marriage, then you are in trouble. She threatened him.
Because her own husband has already commented on his
Mario, so let me follow up on that. So when that now happened, Mama Denzel now advised women on, she posted to Ben Victor saying that, dear women, if your hubby asks for a DNA test and you know the kids are not his, pardon, that you should kill him off. Then Ben Victor now came back and said, this DNA issue is such a huge one that another Ogwefi Anioma was saying, please, Inform those on your list you have encouraged and ginger to carry out DNA tests on their children. Okay. That it is illegal for a man to do a DNA test without informing his spouse.
According to some act, some human act. Okay, let me come to you. Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
My theory is that this issue of DNA paternity test is probably something that happened in our parents' age, because I know that back then there was no paternity, there was no DNA, and women, our mothers at that time, probably had this kind of rendezvous. But today, I feel like Nigerian women were more responsible. That's my own theory. I feel like Nigerian women are more responsible, and we wouldn't go that low. But tell me, what are your thoughts on this whole thing that's happened? Okay,
let me put it this way. Right from the beginning of time, human beings generally have been both responsible and irresponsible, right? In equal measure. Just the same way that we possess the ability to be good and bad at the same time. Right. It depends on which attribute we allow to have expression. Okay, so in some cases, somebody may decide that, you see, in this life, I'm going to be responsible, and they stay responsible all through life. Or you decide that I'm going to be reckless, and you stay reckless. Maybe at some point you come around the corner and become a good person. Now, talking about all this infidelity thing, I think everybody has known from time that same way men have the tendency to cheat, women have the tendency to cheat. Because a man cannot cheat alone. He cheats with a woman.
Very true.
You understand? So it's a crime that two consenting adults commit. And in which case, either both parties or one party knows, you understand, that it's not proper. And in this case now, the women happen to know. Now, let me also take it a little further, that statistic. There's a statistic that says, I think maybe it's the one that we are, that 30%, which is almost like 3 over 10, of all firstborn don't belong to who they call dad.
Yes.
All firstborn.
Yes.
Okay? Now, that comes from what you can call the send-off syndrome, for lack of a better word. What do I mean by a send-off syndrome? Send-off syndrome simply means a situation where a girl before her marriage goes to do send-off for her ex-boyfriend.
Whoa.
You understand? Now, in most cases, most girls would have been in a relationship before this more serious guy comes on board to say, I want to marry you. And they look around, you're trapped between the guy you love and the guy who is serious to marry you. And time is not on your side. So you go for the guy who wants to marry you against the person who you love. It's very common in Nigeria. Maybe the one who wants to marry you is successful, rich, and ready. The one you really love is not ready, is not there yet. Pressure is at home. Marry, marry, marry. So you're marrying this guy, not really wanting to be there. Then the night before marriage or the week before marriage, you go to say, I'm gone. Once I get in there, you can't see me again. And all the emotions, everything happening, something leads to another, you get down.
Sounds like a Hollywood movie.
Yeah, you get down, then you now go back into your marriage, and that first pregnancy comes. You don't know.
9 months.
Yeah, you don't know who's responsible. I think and you can't remove the first child, the first pregnancy.
I think YK has a story like that.
That's how most people end up.
Maybe it was somebody else actually that. She was in love with the man who ended up marrying somebody else. I'm not sure it was you. Maybe it was somebody that gave me that gist. And maybe she now ended up marrying the man's brother.
Oh, that was Tokpe.
She ended up marrying the man's brother so that she can have easy access to the older brother or some crap like that. But let me let women, Jesus.
Right now, because Mariah was saying that things like this happened in the age of our mothers.
It's still happening.
But, recently I was somewhere and I was listening in on a conversation and somebody was telling me that there's a particular lady that we know mutually that had a baby, and this baby she had is meant for a very, very wealthy man. Do you understand? And the consent of both her and her husband. They've agreed to have a baby just to secure their place in the inheritance of this wealthy man. Now, where is the place? Because you see, even if they say that these statistics exist, hold on now. If these statistics exist, don't you believe that there's a place of probably poverty, one, that causes it? There's a place of maybe somebody being denied, because in this case now, the man is abroad, the wife is all alone by herself in Nigeria. So don't you think there are factors that even leads to this kind of things? Because it doesn't just happen that I will just wake up and say I want to go and have a baby for another man.
Thank you, Uwa. I'll let you come in, because I like the part that Uwa just came in. The truth is that we can all say, oh, women. But she was lonely. left alone in Nigeria. Now, we don't even know what Oga is doing in UK. All those extra women in the UK, all the stuff he's doing, we don't know his escapades. But we are putting this searchlight on this one woman who was lonely.
3 eyes now.
I like how women jump into defend women.
No, I'm not defending. I'm just waiting.
We're looking at all
what is wrong is wrong.
Please.
Nobody is saying that it's not right.
First of all,
I know that your child is my child. I will tell you that, Oga, let's do DNA. What are you saying? There is no justification.
Nobody is justifying.
No, they are not justifying.
There is justification.
No, they are not justifying. Okay, can I come in? Ladies, can I? All right, ladies, can I come in? Yeah.
Hang it
Somebody's getting.
If you twist it, you're getting it wrong.
No, we know. You're not supporting, we know that. You're not justifying. But you're also, what you're doing, I guess, is bringing the other side of the case. You know, so that we can have a robust discussion. You understand? Yeah.
Yes.
You see, the thing is, women who indulge in all these practices, they have reasons. One of them that you didn't even mention is infertility.
Thank you. I was going there too.
Is infertility, because there are cases where you know that your husband cannot score. You understand?
Been trying for years.
And you know, in Africa, once you're married for like 3 years, the whole family members come on you. Yeah. You understand? Your mother-in-law is where did he go get this barren woman? Everybody is looking at the woman and not the man. Yeah. And you know prior to your marriage that you're okay. In your family, you're very fertile. There has never been a case of childlessness. That it has to be this man. You've gone to all the doctors, they say you're okay. You want your husband to come with you for checkup, he's reluctant to go. So you're sensing, okay, this man is dragging foot. You know, you're in all the churches, he refuses to go. Hospital, he refuses to go.
So you help yourself?
Yeah, just like some men who want to go outside to check whether they are informed. Some women also go outside to check, okay, let me even try whether this thing is really my problem. Then you go out and suddenly you're pregnant. Then the conflict is, I've not had a child, I've been married for 5 years. Do I remove or do I keep it? You understand? And in some cases, the men know that the child is not theirs. They play along.
They play along.
In some cases, they know they play along.
When
just for pride.
That's going to break. Let me pause your question for a second. When we come back,
I'm not even questioning.
That's going to break. Let me pause your question for a second. When we come back,
I'm not even questioning
this conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Yes, so thanks for calling and staying with us. So we're still on the paternity issue. Why I'm coming to you because I know Femi Kuti not so long ago did DNA for his children, and I think 2 were not his own. Tell us about that. What happened?
Why? Why did he do it?
Before I tell you about that one, I want to first talk.
Go ahead.
First, if I was a mother-in-law to a son, my son has a child, I will tell him, go and do DNA.
Why?
Listen, I will advise, because I'm always sitting here and saying, a woman cheating and a man cheating are 2 different things. Because a man gives, a woman receives. You are the one that will receive, and then you will go and receive outside and bring a child to a man. Let me tell you, there is this story in the Bible of this Pharaoh that was spoiling everything in Egypt. Spoiling everything, all the things his father had built, he spoiled everything. And then, and even which kind, your father was so good, then he went to go and do the test. No, the mother went to go and tell him that you are not your father's son. The Pharaoh went mad, destroyed everything. Now, it is women. That is why they say women. Excuse me, let me finish.
No, I want to confirm with our Bible. No,
go and read it in the Bible. I can't remember the name of the Pharaoh. Okay. It is women. That's why they say women have that power. Okay. Women have the power. If you give a man that is not his own child, his child, and he brings up that child as his own, and then he finds out, it will kill him. You have that power. Listen.
Woman too. Find out that
when my brother had children,
yes,
I was always worrying him. That's why I say if I was so everybody.
So was you that told him to get?
They can abuse me anywhere. I won't go read your tweet. Let me tell you, when my brother had children,
right,
and I said, look, these girls, be sure he didn't answer me. He did not answer me until one day he walked in on one of the women in his room, in his personal room, with her leg on the table. He said, bring that phone. Carry the phone. She was talking to a man. That day he said he's going to do DNA. Her child was not his child.
Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
But he had been training that child.
Okay.
The other one, she even tried. The other one, because DNA, when you do DNA, there are 15 points. 15. They will tell you, if only one like this is not, the child is not your own. This one, 7.
Out of 15.
She had 7 points. They said, under any circumstance, going left or going right, this child is not your child.
This child is not even from your street.
It's not even from. Why can't? Listen. Tell me, why is the justification in that girl giving him the child?
Okay, I understand, but you see, women, let's also understand, a woman doing that is doing it for good reason.
Which good reason?
How you get working? Listen.
Don't you see, this is what
Don't reason.
Everybody.
Good now.
People do things with the best intentions.
So in this case, please give me an example of one of the intentions that would be good.
She's looking for the security for herself. Maybe somehow she feels that
she has looked at
that. So you want to secure your connection with me by bringing a stranger in between us? I don't know how that works.
One of the reasons.
Yeah.
So Mama Denzel was saying that all these men who go about sleeping with other people themselves, especially politicians, you now come and do DNA. You think it's easy to be sleeping with just one? I can't say the word. We have a phone call.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yakub, are you there?
Yeah, Morayo.
I know you will support me.
Yeah, good morning to you all.
Go ahead.
Good morning.
In fact, this very particular topic is very, very unique. You see, Morayo, the point still remains that in this country of ours today, I can tell you, if this kind of a thing to carry out the house, Morayo, out of 10, I can tell you maybe 2 or 1 will straight through of this thing. A lot of houses will be broken. I can tell you that. But another angle I want to look to this is that I heard you said earlier that Sister Yenurada said that we should justifiable in case of the man is outside the country, and then before he came back or to come and pick his wife, the wife got pregnant and all that. It's not justifiable. Sister Yeni, I dare to disagree this morning. Hello, are you hearing me?
Yes. I'm hearing you.
You see, in Islamically, it is not allowed for you. I wish Nima is here in this studio this morning. It is not allowed for a man to leave his wife for 6 months, go outside the country. Not even 6 months now. We are talking about some is 10 years, 8 years. You leave your wife behind, and now you are not telling me that the woman should not do something. What are you doing over there?
Thank you.
She don't know. Are you getting it now? Sister Yeni?
Can I ask you a question?
Okay, wait. But why can't let okay, but
me.
Yeah.
I want to ask him a question.
Wait.
So should she give him the children that are not his own?
Hello?
Should she give him the children that are not his own?
He's gone.
I didn't hear you clear.
No, I said, should she give him the children that are not his own? Because he left her for 8 years.
When in outside for 8 years, what I'm trying to take out here is that when the man is outside for 8 years, are you getting me now? The woman is not belong to that man again because you don't have rights.
So you agree with me now?
Okay, thank you very much.
She should leave his house.
Let me let okay, come in here. All this here.
Yeah. You see, the thing is, I don't know. No matter how you look at these things, we are human beings. Raising a family is not animal husbandry. Yes. Where you bought a pig so that the pig can come and multiply, then you put them in the market.
Looking at my
you understand? We are talking about human beings here, and we are talking about somebody's lineage. Okay, yeah. If I'm an Onyebule, probably the reason that I married somebody is so that you can bring somebody that will continue my lineage.
Yes.
It's not so that you can help me go and hire. No. I've taken love that is a standard. First of all, I mean, you have to be in love to go and take somebody. All right? Then beyond that is the issue of procreation.
Yes.
The reason that you and I want to combine our DNA, you understand, is to continue our lineage. Yes. You understand? So, for you to now go outside and go and bring another person, there are other options available, like adoption.
Yes.
2 of us can agree that we want to adopt a child and raise a child. But for you to unilaterally go outside, bring somebody. Now, going outside to groove is one issue.
Yeah. Yes.
A woman can go outside and maybe catch a phone. I don't know, for whatever reason. It's not allowed though. But there's something called protection. Right. You understand? For you to now go there and bring all this unnecessary baggage into our lives.
Let me say,
it will have consequence.
Wale, are you there? Thanks for calling.
Good morning, Morayo.
Go ahead, please. We can hear you.
Just said about the percentage of sexual outside.
Can't hear you very well.
Very common in Nigeria.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me now. I said Nigeria, the decision of the country now is what. Don't know. I was even telling my brother here.
We're having trouble hearing you, Wale.
Yeah,
Sorry about that. Let's take it on Twitter.
I want to talk about because I recently watched a movie. You know, there are different factors that will make a woman bring in a child that is not hers, the husband's. I watched a movie recently, I think about 2 days ago, and this couple went to the hospital and their baby passed. And there was a 19-year-old or a 16-year-old girl that just had a baby. She didn't know what to do with the baby. Of course, she handed over the baby to you know, and we've had cases of, you know, those kind of cases. It might not even, no, hold on, let me finish. It might not necessarily mean that the woman even cheated. That baby, you know, in the house, it might not be that she cheated. What if she went out and picked a baby the way they do? Because the baby factory machines that they have all over the places.
And you did not tell your husband.
No, I'm just asking.
That's the point.
There are so many factors. You cannot just assume and conclude and say that the woman cheated.
Now, while some of these factors may be justifiable, for lack of a better word, the other partner should be carried along.
Exactly.
Should be carried along.
Exactly.
It's our child.
Babalola says there's no justification for cheating regardless of the situation involved. It is heartbreaking to get a negative paternity test. Abiola says no matter what the reason is, that's heartless. Sorry to say. Mercy says today's topic is really hot. So Godwin says the absence of the fear of God is the reason a woman would have a child outside of the home and lie it's her husband's. Tariq's rule says I don't need to do DNA test for my unborn child. If he or she vomits while going on the day he or she is born, they're not my child. Bolaji says YK spot on the path to equality, this gets ignored. Omadafe says if women will abstain from sex before marriage, no need for DNA. Boyfriend, girlfriend should be discouraged.
Okay, I know a family of I think 10 children. Then there were, after the 10 kids, there was like 11th child eventually. So when the 11th child was born, after the father died, then somebody in the family was not saying we have to do DNA. This 11th child, we're not sure if he's our father's child. But the other people in the family say, even you that you are talking.
Are you sure that?
Are you sure that? Because you yourself, you don't look like your father. So that's why I kept saying that in our parents' time, see, because of polygamous families, people trying to men are having multiple wives, and they want to secure their place in that home, and they don't bring a child.
When you find out that this child eventually is not your child, and this is a child that you have raised from toddler, you will die.
This is another aspect. This is another aspect of the conversation.
This story that I said is a baby. The child knows Jack. I mean, does not know Jack. The child is born with a clean slate, doesn't know anything. Everything that child knows, breathe, lives, and eat, it is what you have invited. So when you now find out that this child is not your child, what do? Do you now say you want to kick the child out? Someone that has called you dad all your life?
Yeah.
That's a very good question.
Okay, fine. Yes, a man's
That's really important.
Okay.
Let me take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, pause.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So, who about an important topic? An important aspect. So, you're a man. You found out that this 10-year-old son, whom you've taken care of, sent to school, has called you father, is not your child. What would you do as a man?
Now, you see, be it male or female, one of the things that everybody dreads or hates is to be forced to hate the person you love. Is to be forced to hate the person you love. And it's like turning on or off the switch. One morning you wake up, you're so in love with this woman. And one news breaks, you're forced to hate her.
Thin line.
Nobody wants to be in that situation. And that is what situations like this do. So you love this child passionately. Because the dream of every person who loves children is to just one day know that this is, you know, the bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. This is small me. The excitement that comes with it. You can't quantify that love. Then suddenly, somebody clicks a switch that says you have no link. So now what you're doing is that this person you love so much, you're forcing this person against the run of nature to suddenly hate. Let me tell you, to review that alliance.
Can I answer? I need to answer.
Yeah.
Because in that case, the man, since he has brought up the child and loves the child,
Yes.
might not be able to switch off. But like he said, he will hate the woman.
Yes, exactly.
Who gave
Instantly.
him that problem.
Yes.
And whether he likes it or not, as time goes, he will start to resent the child. He will do everything that he was doing for the child.
That's a choice.
He will do everything. He has made the choice. He will do the. But something in his heart will tell him, "This is not my child. This is not my child."
No, hold on. We can say that is wrong. Hold on. We can say no. Hold on. You can say that is wrong. You know, there are situations you don't want to bring people into. Like I said again, when you begin to poison feelings, okay, you love this child, you want this child. Yeah. The beautiful thing about love is that it's unconditional.
Thank you.
Now, when you bring condition into it, that is what you're doing in the case of... No. When you're doing... You love... Hold on, I'm not contradicting. You know I'm not contradicting. You love this child unconditionally. Right. You're not looking at anything. Right. Now you're forced to.
You're not.
You're forced to.
Who's forcing you?
Because the moment you're told that this is not your blood...
Something dies.
Okay,
now something dies. You're introducing condition to where there was no condition.
Okay, pause for a second. Let me let Uwa come in here.
You're beginning to see things that we are not there.
Okay, Uwa, let me hear your views on this.
You see, let me say something. Where we are right now is a function of if you have love on your inside, regardless of what happens.
Do you realize
because,
that love is not forced?
First of all,
that you know that love is not forced.
No. Love, if you have love in abundance on your inside, yes. I don't think you would have the capacity to watch that child and now begin to have resentment towards that child.
Why do people divorce?
Not
Why do people divorce?
See, divorce is a different case.
Is it not love gone wrong?
How can love go wrong with a child?
No, but how can love go wrong between people?
Okay.
How can love go wrong between people?
Question, or Mariah, one of
you understand?
Should answer me. Yeah. You walk in on your husband, sleeping with a man. Right.
Yes.
You continue to love him?
Answer me! I love him! Regardless
or no?
Yes! You said lie! He said lie! Let me take John. Okay. John, are you there? John, are you there? Go ahead, please.
Hello?
John, please go ahead. Thanks for calling. Go ahead.
Well, good morning, ladies, good morning, and the gentleman.
Good morning. Yeah, good morning.
This is a very hot topic that will require time. I don't know why Chimoke is not talking today.
I'm waiting for them to allow me.
Morea and Uwa don't agree with you completely. Reason being that if that man survives this at all, if stroke does not hit him, then he's a great man. For you to know that this is not my child, and I'm living with that child, I will forgive him. I may relate with him, but that woman, I may Catholic, even a pope cannot reconcile us.
Okay. Thank you very much, John. Jumoke?
So, this topic breaks my heart because it became a global phenomenon because women were arguing in support that if men think that they can go up and down, we women can do it also. Two wrongs will never make a right. It is not justifiable in any regard. If your husband is cheating on you and you cannot take it, leave his house. You can divorce him. If your husband cannot produce a child and there is pressure on you, go and do tests and tell his family members he has refused to follow you to church, he has refused to follow you to hospital. There's a pastor lady that her family members are telling her the husband was married before for 17 years, didn't have a child. They've been married for many years, she doesn't have a child. They are telling her to go and bring a child from outside, and she told the man, this is what they're saying. There is no justification. Well, so our women who are justifying it, do you even know? They were saying to the man, what were you doing abroad? Okay. And the man's excuse is, even if I'm sleeping with other women, I have not brought a child to you. So come and say, this one, no, it's your child.
It's the same society.
Yes.
That criticizes and discriminates a woman.
I agree.
Who is either in a marriage,
that is very wrong.
Have a child.
It is wrong.
So
she's
there
it's also wrong.
In all the pain, all the disgrace, all the embarrassment, and you're saying that,
Let me quickly remind you a story I once told about a man who married 3 women, and the third wife did not have a child for 2 years, and the man started looking at her, barren woman, and she went to go and do a test. They said she was okay. she went to go and bring her husband. They finally realized that all his children from the first 2 wives were not his own. She left him because she realized that there's nothing wrong with her. So if there's a pressure on you in your home and you have done a test and there's nothing wrong with you, and your husband is not willing to do IVF, he's not willing to adopt a child, is it the corruption of bringing a bastard into his home that's going to legitimize that marriage?
Hey, we are there now.
You are telling me at my face.
Okay, calm down.
You absolutely have no right to call a child a bastard. Please. I mean, that name is too heavy for a child. The child is...
permit us for the sake of this discussion now. Permit us for the sake of this discussion and how hot it is to use the vocabulary that suits us for now. We know that literally it's not good, but...
Let her make a point. Please, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Don't worry.
May I take Twitter as we round up?
Permit us for lack of a better word.
Woman. She was in her husband's house. She did not, the whole family. She now left him and went to go and burn outside. And when she now had a very big naming ceremony and said, you see that it is not me.
Yes.
But she went and had the child outside.
Legitimately. Don't you think Uwa has a point? I said no child should be called a bastard, regardless of what. The same way. The same way.
Bastard is not a curse. It's not an abuse.
It's a description that you bring a child that is not legitimate. That's the meaning of bastard.
All right.
If there's a word like that, why won't we use it now? Is there any word in the dictionary that shouldn't be used?
That judge says Jumi is speaking, the head is starting to tremble. Everybody run. Segedi said, enjoying the show today. Toby says, Yeni, you are really hitting the point. Ayiti says, sincerely speaking, no man will keep loving the woman and such child same way after the DNA test. Bamidele says, not in the Bible. May she wanted to talk about bastard born another woman, she missed it up. Omodafe says, it's in men's nature to flex about, but as for a woman, it's not like the same. We did it, says, may we not find ourselves in such a situation. God bless Jumoke's view. Adebayo says, what has love got to do with it? If love dies immediately, there's a stain in the relationship. Malam Prince says, Auntie Uwa, love dies though. Gideon Adeni says, how can I have extramarital affair and see it justifiably? Temporary gains against generational consequences.
We go in front of the altar.
I want to
hold on. Let her make a point. We go in front
of the altar and we are taking vows and we say for better and for worse. Not many people have the capacity to handle the worst situations in marriage when it comes. Because it does come. So when we say for better and for worse, we should hold on to those statements. Yes. That is your marital vow.
I like you because you're always holier than thou.
I'm not holier than thou.
I am not a saint.
Bastard.
I am not holier than thou.
Bastard and an illegitimate child.
That's all.
You can call it illegitimate. I just
that's
that
all.
No, we are not.
It's not an abuse.
Okay, we are not. Okay, yeah, we are not here to be politically correct because I think that is what is destroying the world today. We should call things for what they are. You understand? And it's not. We are not here to begin to manage vocabulary. What I like about your contribution this morning is that if we all held the same view, this conversation wouldn't have been as interesting as it is. So I'm hoping that people at home realize that somebody has to bring the other side of the conversation for us to have a balance.
Yeah. Hope you had a great time as much as we did. Have a lovely day. See you tomorrow.
Because of them,
Bastard child can never be